slavery. Bro, look on your phone and see if it's loud enough, brother. You speak. You open up. I'm gonna come around.
Yeah, they tired of the hell, bro.
Yep. His simple ass couldn't tell you what no damn you don't look like no Hawaiian, bro. You don't look like no fucking Japhite, bro.
My girl said she was like, oh, he probably thought you were Hawaiian.
Hell nah, nigga. You don't look like no Japhite. You can hear me. I just make sure you can hear you, brother.
Hey, Shalom Akim.
Say it again.
Hey, Shalom Akim.
It's a little light. It's a little ask them if they can hear you. It's not buffering on that.
Okay. Hey, Shalom Akim. Can you brothers hear us good, loud and clear?
Hey, all right. Shalom. We're going to start off with giving all praises and honor and infinite glory. We're going to start off by giving all praises, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
I want to say double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders at Great Millstone for teaching this word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to my fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching and prophesying in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, and Yahushai. We out here another week, prophesying and preaching, doing the work. Shalom to all the Akims on the comment board. I see the brother Gashan 72. That brother, him and his brothers out there, they be pushing for a while, man. I think that's the same brother. He's like a white brother, a white dude, but he's an Israelite. Just want to say shalom on that, brother, real quick. Hey, me and a brother was talking about, Jay catching hell in this fucking environment, when we opening the camp. Prior to opening up the camp, man. And it was spiritual too, because it linked up with what I was watching. I was watching a video of Pascal Bar preparing not too long ago. He's probably still preparing it right now. So a lot of brothers are watching that video, as Apostle speaks, and he was talking about reparations. He was talking about how, like, they had this one dude, you may not know him, his name is Tariq Rashid, Jake, Pan Black Jake or whatever. He was at a meeting on November 5th for some type of gathering in Washington, D.C., and they were talking about, what do we want? Reparations. We don't want, they don't want government programs. They don't want HBCUs. They want money. But then Apostle Gabar was breaking it down like what real money is. Real money is not these FRNs that we're spending. I like to look at these FRNs as coupons. Like when I was a kid in school, elementary school, we had a school store, but you couldn't spend regular money in the school store to buy toys and candies and shit. You had to earn, basically you had to earn class money. So they would basically be these little coupons and shit. Then they didn't tell us what these coupons were worth. They didn't tell us what these coupons really meant. All we know is that we could exchange it for goods, and a smart individual would have saw it come up like, oh, if I do good in school, if I'm on time, basically if I work hard enough, I can earn a certain amount. But how about if I get my fellow students to bind their money together, and we'll have a whole bunch of money, and it will all be equal. You know what I'm saying? That's smart. That's basically putting your money into a group, But they teach you basically to individually earn a certain amount of times, and then you can go to the class store and you can buy food. Well, that's the same thing that happens today on a what you would call adulting scale. These FRNs, they used to be, they still pick the currency, but they're moving to digitalized currency. CBDC, central bank, digital currencies. All right. And even now, when you get paid, your money, it goes directly to a direct deposit in your bank or credit union that you have. And it's really nothing but another number. You know what I mean? It's enough numbers to last through hopefully through the week or the month or 2 weeks or whatever. You know what I mean? But it's just digits, and all it is really is just digits. And with those digits, you could basically pay for your slave commodities. Thank you, brother. Brother. I.e. your house, your chariot, which is your car, food, clothes. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you do. So basically, our people don't really know what real money is. You don't understand the value of real currency. Hey, look up that definition for currency. What is currency? Okay? And then after you look up currency, you look up fiat currency. Because that's what you use today. Money, that fiat just means so let it be. So here it is, a governmental organization, a non-governmental organization, such as the Feds, Federal Reserve, okay, tells us that, hey, we'll loan your government or the American government a certain amount of FRNs so that they can pay their subsidies. Right? And people dying for these fiat currency every day. People risking their lives, selling their soul, you know, becoming slaves, like super slaves. We are already slaves, but Jake will become a slave to what he or she thinks is money. And you getting fucked the whole way through. They'll open up the Pandora box of infinite money. And my first experience, and we're gonna get to the scripture, my first experience with money, with actually seeing how fiat currency works, was overseas in Iraq, man. When I saw them destroy the financial system of the Iraqi people, which had, in one day, it had Saddam Hussein's face on it, and it was worth whatever they needed to be worth. And then, as soon as America invaded that country, the money was nothing. It was in the streets. It was being, people could trade it for, or buy it with American dollars. Because overnight they changed the currency from Saddam dinar or the Iraqi dinar to the U.S. dollar. Oh, right overnight. And then they were pushing pallets and pallets. When I say a pallet, it's like about this big, probably bigger. But pallets like this big, they were flying them in on an airplane, on a CH-70, whatever the shit's called. The airplanes, they were flying them in by the boatload using the special forces. Special bills? Yeah, hell yeah. Like big billions of dollars on millions and billions of dollars on pallets. They were flying it in, flooding their market, and they were just setting up shop, paying people off, basically putting dollars into the system physically. They weren't using it.
And I'm sure they charge them a shitload of
interest.
Iraqi dinar to exchange it or something like that.
Well, Iraqi dinar wasn't worth anything no more. It was all trash. People had it in the streets. They were throwing it in the streets.
Yeah, so put it
was like it became like a, what do you call when you buy tourist stuff? What is them shits called?
A souvenir?
Yeah, it became a souvenir overnight. They turned that money into a souvenir. Well, that's going to happen to America. And Elder Apostle Gabar, a matter of fact, before you get James 5:1. That's what's going to happen to America, because that's what happened in that movie, I Am Legend. Overnight, the dollar wasn't worth shit. Everybody was all sick and bugged the fuck out, and they turned into whatever vampire beast. And he went into the bank, and that's where they were hiding at. They were in the back of the vault, sleeping. And then they, all the dollar bills, $100 bills, was just on the ground. And you didn't see Will Smith pick that shit up. No, he was looking for, he was going into old homes, like old empty homes that people used to be at, used to live in, because apparently he was the only one left. And he was just taking food. You know what I mean? Whatever was left, whatever was good, he was taking it and putting it in his crib and shit, you know? You know? Money wasn't a thing anymore. What we know as money wasn't a thing anymore. Go ahead and read.
So James 5:1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you.
Yeah.
Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten.
Yeah, and those rich men are not talking about Oprah Winfrey, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Kanye West, Diddy. Nah, them niggas ain't rich. They ain't wealthy. Them niggas just got an extra couple of FR. But that's speaking to, read it again.
James 5:1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl, for your miseries shall come upon you.
And those rich men are the super elite, the super wealthy on high.
That's right.
Those banking families, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers. says, "Go now, ye and weep, because your riches are corrupted." You know what you call riches? See, they taking the real riches, which is the land resources, gold, silver, precious stones, land, people. Everybody in America is a human resource. The first human resources to ever be used in this country was the so-called Native American Indians, so-called Mexicans, so-called North, Central, and South indigenous people, and the so-called Negro, West Indian, and Haitian, who are the Israelites the Bible speaks of. We were the first human resource on the planet Earth used by these heathen nations, particularly the nations of Edom, okay? Starting with Amalek, the so-called Jays, small hats, Jewish people. They used us as a commodity. We were the first commodity. And we were used to farm, land, harvest, plant these other land commodities such as cotton, tobacco, indigo, shit, you name it. America was full of those resources, corn, other foods, and other staples. And then Esau, through the Industrial Revolution, he made everybody a fucking a human. And this is why when you go to any job, what do? You have an HR department. HR is there to direct, to guide, and protect you. HR is there to guide and protect the company, the corporation. They're there to basically they hire and they fire people, man. What are the people? Human resources. That's what you are. And for exchange for your resource, they give you coupons called fiat currency, called dollar bills in America. In other places, they call something else, the real, or the real, or the Colombian peso, or the Filipino peso. But everybody's a resource now. Everybody's in slavery right now because the duty of slavery is basically the care of the enslaved, man. So now they make you care for yourself, but you still got to go out and slave. And the first ones that happened to, we were the beta test for that. And they hundreds and thousands %, what do they call, return on their investment or profit on their investment when they enslaved us, man. Because they didn't have to pay us. They gave us the most minimalist things to survive. I remember I was watching this recount of slavery from a man named Fountain Hughes. You can find it on YouTube. Just type in Fountain Hughes. And he said he wore a dress until he was 14 years old. The same one, or a similar type dress, because when you grow and shit. He didn't have a pair of pants back then. He just had slave clothes, man. And so they gave you the most menial slave garments. They gave you the most menial slave foods. We just had a day of so-called Thanksgiving where people were eating slave food. Macaroni and cheese, stuffing, chitterlings, turkey, ham. A lot of Jay had that fucking ham. Shit, I was at my woman's crib. You know, she made some dinner, and her friend brought a fucking ham over, and my woman knows they know I don't eat fucking pork, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody eat that shit, cause we don't eat pork in my family. You know what I mean? We don't eat that shit. You know? Well, at least I know I don't eat that shit. I ain't no fuck. I don't give a fuck how hungry I get. But anyway, that's another story for another day. But we just came off of that. And what a lot of that meal consisted of slave food, plantation food, man. You know? And it celebrated the genocide of our people, the so-called Native American Indians, man.
Right.
Go ahead, brother. Read it again.
So, James 5:1, go to, ye rich men, weep and howl, for your misery shall come upon you.
So your misery come upon you, super elite, you Rothschilds. Okay, you're about to be in a bad case, man, because you're nothing but robber barons, man. That's all you are. You put misery on the world, starting off with the world of Israel, the true Israelites, and then the rest of these nations. That's why they hate you. I was telling a brother about a video that's circulating on, and Lord willing, we'll do a lesson on it, that's circulating on the internet, multiple videos of an Israeli news station trying to get Qatar or Arab peoples and other nations, you know, opinion on a so-called World Cup, which is happening right now, and they didn't want to talk to them. They didn't want to be on that shit. They started turning it into a protest, man, for Palestine, man. You know, because the average person, you know, they're looking at it like, look, y'all fucking our people up over there, man. You know what I mean? All because you claim to be the Lord's people, man. See, when the real Lord's people get into that land, we ain't gonna have to share it with nobody, man. We not, hey, we just go, hey, first of all, we ain't gonna do nothing. Yahweh Shah's gonna get you the fuck out of there with nuclear fire. So it's not gonna be a soul left over there that ain't supposed to be over there, man. And that land is gonna be rebuilt by the true human resources, which are you heathen nations, man.
That's right.
We're not supposed to be human resources, man. Again, this is how your riches are corrupted. You lied, you cheated, you stole, you killed to obtain those things and to maintain those things. Then you set up a false financial system that people actually believe is real. People will die for this shit. They will sell their souls in order to obtain some shit through this financial system. That's a corrupt system. The scripture says an unjust weight is an abomination to the Most High. Well, the dollar bill and any of these other fiat currencies out here, unjust weights, man.
Right.
And they got individual faces on it for pride purposes that use as talismans. They got it's back witchcraft. It's set up in a form of witchcraft. That's an unjust weight, and it's not worth shit. None of them. None of the fiat currencies are worth anything, from the yen to the motherfucking dollar to the euro to the pound. None of that shit is really worth anything. They're nothing but empty coupons. While the super elite, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Oppenheimers, all the rest of these super elite families, the DuPonts, while they got the real resources, man. They got the real money. Gold, silver, land, cattle, people. The choice cattle, the super elite own that shit, man. You think the super elite know what a poppy store is, man? You think David Rothschild get up every day and, you know, yo, man, I'm hungry, man. I'm gonna go get me a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Processed food.
Yo, some processed food? Fuck no, man. All they know is real food, man. Okay? Super healthy foods, man. That keep them living to the ages of 91 and 100 and something years old. You know, to keep them in a healthy condition. They don't even watch TV. Our people, we get all excited because Black Panther came out. Yeah, we saw the shit. But you think the super elite was up in there like, yo, man, let me check this movie out, man. This is gonna be good. No. They actually do shit. Land is the wealth, man. And we're gonna go into the blessings of Jacob and Esau, because Esau is living in his blessing right now. Keep reading.
Verse 2, James 5 and 2, your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth-eaten.
Yep. Yeah, well, yep, keep reading.
And then also, yeah, like you were going into, you know, the real riches, man, are the natural resources. But for Esau to obtain those natural resources, what did he do? He took the children of Israel, man, to obtain those resources, man. You know, so there's a scripture that says, woe to blood.
I get it.
You know, and that's how Esau empire, man. He did it by what? By blood, man. Chiefly through the blood of the Israelites, man. This country you call America, man, Babylon the Great, it was established how? Through the sweat, blood, and tears of the Israelites, man.
This is Habakkuk 2 and 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establish a city by iniquity. Behold, is it not of the Lord Yahweh of hosts that the people shall labor the fire, and the people shall weary themselves in very vanity?
Right, and that's basically what the children of Israel have been doing everything in vanity, man. You know, and in vain, because all the work that Jake's been putting in has never been, you know, he's never been rewarded for it. That's why Jake is looking for what? For reparations, because basically who built up America? Jake, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
All these, I got to go, verse 9, Habakkuk 2 and 9. Woe to him that cometh in evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul.
Right, and this is what Esau has been doing, man. You know, he covered everything that everybody has, man. That's why you have, you know, Esau going to all these different countries to do what? To take the resources, man. In the name of democracy, in the name of, you know, of freedom. And he goes and what? Enslaves our people, man. So woe unto you. That's what's coming. This is why the Lord has such a hatred towards Esau, man. Because he not only just enslaved the whole world, but he enslaved his children, man. To build a what? A wicked empire. Everything that the Lord set up to be righteous, Esau has established in his kingdom, but in wickedness, man.
This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not.
Right. And who's that prey? But the Israelites, man. Jake has been trying to, you know, build their own and have their own things going on, you know. But what does Esau do? He always destroy it, man. Because he's covetous, man. He doesn't want nobody else to have any sort of power or freedom. He wants to be, like the scriptures say, Esau wants to be like the Most High, man. He wants to have the control over life and death, via financially, via, you know, starving you out, or taking away, you know, medicine, whatever it is.
When that's the case, that's Nick Rockefeller told Aaron Russo, man, they want the ultimate goal is total control, man. They want to chip everybody, man. So they don't have to worry if you owe a certain amount of taxes, they'll take it out. You can't hide the taxes. That's what they're talking about, taxing these wealthy people, man. Because if you're not part of the super elite, you truly not wealthy. You're not in the know. If you're not one of the super elite families who are above the law, completely above the law, who are above any real reproach, you know what I'm saying? Then you're just a nobody.
And they wanna do it to where they don't have to hire nobody to go their money.
Yeah.
You know, to collect their money.
Yeah, and that's why they arming these IRS agents now, man. Hey, they're gonna be the judge, jury, and executioner on site. If they find out that you owe so many taxes, they come in and get that money, man. Because that's all these police officers that you see, these FBI agents, these DA agents, they're nothing more than revenue officers, man. Yeah. And you people, you've been making money off the books from the least of the people to the people on the mid and to the high level, man. You know? And now it's time to pay up. And they're gonna flip the system to where they're gonna be 100%. They're gonna be 100% accountability for every cent, because that's how they do their slaves. They used to keep ledgers in the ancient world too, but in during slavery, they knew exactly how many slaves they had on hand. Oh, whether it was man, boy, a child, man, woman, a child, right? They also knew the age, okay? They knew what kind of output they were gonna put in. Even when it came to their crops, man, they knew how much they had sold, how much they had reaped, how much they had lost. They kept an accurate account of that shit, man. But this time they want to do the same thing again, but with people now, man. They want to do it with the people. And they know that people, their life, they're born into this world to earn wages. That's all they are. So now your wages is going to be 100% accounted for. You're not going to be able to get a side job, or what they call 1090 jobs. You're not going to be able to make some money under the table. You're not going to be able to skirt around a certain tax proposal. Hey, you're not even going to be able to have money to save. The money that you get is going to be it, and you're going to have to spend it. Like with the welfare system, people only use a certain amount, and then they end up flipping it. And not just so-called blacks and Latinos, but these other nations too, like these other nations too. They do the same thing. They get over too. Okay, ain't no more rolling over with the money. If you don't spend a certain amount of money for that month, you're not gonna get that certain amount of money next month. You're just gonna get just enough to exist in this world, man. And on top of that, they want to put you in these close quarter cities where you won't even get to see the beauties of the world no more. All that traveling and jet setting and gallivanting across the world and gallivanting. No, you're not gonna be able to do that, because according to them, your carbon emissions may be too high for that month, or you might have used up your carbon for the month. Who is the fucking white man to tell you how much fucking carbon you're supposed to use, man?
That's right.
Which you need carbon dioxide in the earth, man. That's what keeps shit growing. But they tell you it's too many people on the earth. That's only because they can't, the small elite minority can't control the masses like that. So they got to get it in a controllable number. So according to them and their guidelines, 500 million in perpetuity with nature, in perpetuation with nature, which is off. But that's what they want to do. It's over, what they said, it's 9 billion, almost going on 9 billion people. Because right now we got about 8 billion people, according to their numbers, on the earth. They gotta cut that down. That's not manageable, man. Especially for the limited resources that they intend to give the world.
That's right.
And they're gonna have all these damn uprisings. They ain't gonna be able to handle that shit. So they're gonna allow you to kill yourselves. They're gonna allow other things to wipe you up out the earth. Violence, pestilence, vaxes, all of that. Gonna get a lot of you people out the way. Especially the useless portions of the population, which not just these people on the side, but the old, the white, the poor whites. And they're gonna get you up out of there too. You're not, no more. It's not gonna be no more Edomite supremacy. Where hello.
Hi, how are you?
Fine. There's not gonna be no Edomite supremacy where every Edomite gets to partake. Where every Edomite gets to partake in that supremacy. Those days are over. It's gonna be the super elite and the super poor. Okay. If you're not wealthy, like super wealthy, guess what? You ain't in the game. You with the rest of the people. No more middle class. All that shit is about to be done away with. Keep reading.
Verse 3, it says, James 5:3, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last days.
Yeah, all those wealthy, all those resources, because they don't belong to you, Edomites. You were given management of the earth as pertaining to Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the face of the judge thereof. If not him, where and who is he? Yeah, you were given management for a temporary time, like the scripture says in Revelation 11 and 18, that the Lord is going to destroy them that destroyed the earth. Who were the ones that destroyed the earth? Esau said it was all humanity. No, nigga, it was you. You Edomites, man. Starting with the super elite. Starting with them elite banking families. And we're not talking about their management, their proxies, these other wealthy elite families of the other nations. They're nothing to the super elite. They're nothing. You think you part of the game. You think you in there because he's shaking your hand and smiling in your face, but you're nothing more than a shield for him. He's gonna put you out there like out there. He's gonna put you in the front of the ass whooping that's coming. But he's gonna get it. We're gonna see through that. You super elite families, you Rockefellers, you Rothschilds, especially you Rothschilds, man. You Amalekites, because all the super elite families are Amalekites, man. Yeah, they might have one or two colored-looking people amongst their family, but that's because they fuck one of them heathen nations, man. And they spread their seed out. Guess what? You're gonna be rounded up. You're gonna be got. And you heaped up treasures what for the last days, and we're in those last days. Get Job, Job 20 and 24. Matter of fact, you can start at 1. That's a great chapter. Yeah, Job, yeah, start at the top.
Job chapter 20 and verse 1, it says, then answered Sophar the Namatite and said, therefore do my thoughts cause me to answer, and for this I make haste. I have heard the check of my reproach, and the spirit of my understanding causeth me to answer. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment?
Like the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the triumph of the knowest thou not this of old, the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. Who is the wicked? The so-called white man, the Edomites. You're the wicked. You're the third part of man. Right? There's three classifications of man on this earth. The sons of the power, which we call also in the scripture are known as the sons of God, which are also known as Gmshawaii, the sons of Israel. Then you got the sons of men, which is all these other nations that you see about. Then you have the sons of the wicked, which is so-called white man, which is Edom, or Esau. He and his top tribe is Amalek. They're the leaders of the Edomites. So the triumphing of the wicked is but for a moment. They're trying to, and the triumph of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite is what we gotta do.
Job 20 and verse 4, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth?
So since man was ever set on this earth, if you are wicked, if you are a hypocrite, you never had a long extended lifetime period on this earth. And all you nations are wicked, inherently evil, nasty, but there is the wicked. There's a nation of people that was created to do nothing but wickedness. They were created in that. They were separated from the womb as the wicked, as soon as they was born. Go ahead.
That the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment.
Right, and he's the biggest hypocrite. He's the biggest actor on the earth. He'll act like the victim, but the whole time he's the villain.
That's right.
Okay, and now this villain and this purportedly victim wants to create a system in which he rules in perpetuity, and he's a god using his technology. He wants to enslave the whole world. He wants to get a technological blessing, a false blessing, right? That was really granted to his younger brother Jacob, which is us. See, it was set up for us to rule in perpetuity. It was set up for us to enslave the whole world. But we want to enslave the whole world in righteousness, man, not wickedness. There's a certain way that you were able to have the whole world in the captivity, all these other nations in captivity. Esau can't get that through his greasy head, you know, his red, hairy head. He can't get that. So, create a system, and he's already created it. It's already here. But he's going to put it on the forefront that he's the only one that can rule. Listen, man, you can't put people in perpetual poverty and think that they're going to make the maximum output for you, give them the most limited resources, and that they're going to give you the maximum output. That's not how this works. You can't do that in perpetuity. You're going to have to pay these people eventually, man. Because these people are going to get fucking mad. Like, listen, man, we've been working for 1,000 long years. Are we going to get some of this motherfucker, man? Like, goddamn, when is the payment, when does the repayment stop? Well, that's why after 1,000 long years, all these nations, except for the so-called white man, the Edomites, all these nations, they're going to start getting paid, and they're going to get their inheritance. Because they're going to wonder, well, do we get an inheritance on this planet? We're here, we're doing what we got to do, but damn, you know? And they're still going to be servants, but they're going to be paid with real money at the end of every day that they work. Every last one of them. But do they do that in this society? Hell no, man. They're going to get real money. They're going to get paid with either gold or silver. We're not going to pay them with diamonds. We're not going to pay them with emeralds. We're not going to pay them with certificates, promissory notes, IOUs. No. We, the real leaders, the real rulers of the earth, starting with Gmshawaii, King David, the real King David, not this this weirdo dude. Anyway, King Gmshawaii is coming back, man. And he's gonna be the head. He's gonna be the head of that.
It says back in Job 20 and verse 3, it says, I have heard so like in verse 4, knowest thou not that this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? And again, like the elder was going into, man, the time that we're in is where we're going to see that transition of power. You know, the Lord's going to bring all those riches, all the power that Esau has, and it's going to be sons and daughters of Israel, man. And we're going to rule the world again in righteousness. And the nations, even the earth, man, because down to the earth, Esau is you know, corrupting it, by overworking it. So even the earth is not giving its full increase, man. That's why we have, you know, food that is not full of nutrients and none of those things. You gotta fucking buy supplements and all that stuff to intake the stuff that is naturally in the food, man. You know, and all of this is why, because Esau is ruling the world, man. But his time is about to come to an end. It says on verse 6, though his excellency mount up to the heavens and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung.
Yeah, he's not going to be here forever. You know, these devils, these Edomites believe that through their new system that they're going to, it's corrupt too. It's super corrupt, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's super corrupt, but through this new ultra corrupt satanic system that they're going to have rulership forever, and that's not going to happen, man. You can't have a wicked, immortal society. That's just impossible. And all these other nations that rule before you Edomites, this is not the best kingdom. You think that this shithole is you crazy. You would have been better off giving it to the Assyrian, Neo-Babylonian, Neo-Assyrian, Babylonian kingdom, which ruled under Nebuchadnezzar. That was better than this shithole, man. Don't let the smooth cake fool you with all this bullshit technology.
Can you imagine a kingdom of Edomites, immortals, man, unable to die, just doing wickedness out in the open everywhere, bro? That shit would fucking suck.
And that's what we're doing. That's why everything that's adverse to Yahweh Shema Shai, everything that's adverse to Yahweh Shema Shai is exalted in this world, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? That's why you got trans, you got alphabet people running around here in high position, women running around opening their mouth at every given second in high positions. Wickedness is evil. You think that you can't even live like that, man? That's nothing but death styles are exalted place, man. A bunch of freakism and disgustingness, man.
That's right.
Hey, it smells like piss around here, man. We're in a park amongst trees. Photosynthesis is happening right in front of us. Carbon, oxygen, right in front of us, right? But it stinks to high heaven and hell out here, man. Because this place is wicked.
That's right.
In our kingdom, trees are going to be flourishing. Flowers with natural scents and smells are going to be exalted. You don't see that here in this society, man.
That's right.
And the only time you do get to see a place like this is if you go to something that's called a park, which we're in. You got to go to a park. You don't. It's not a common occurrence in every land that you see. You know, fruit-bearing trees, you don't see that. Seed-bearing plants, you don't see that. How the fuck you get something like this man last forever?
With their genes and shit, it gives them problems and shit, mixing the seeds and all that.
Yeah, he created dogs that don't even supposedly exist, man.
Yeah.
A lot of these toy dogs, these expensive animals that you see, they're not even supposed to be on the earth, man. Yeah. They're not 100% natural. You think an Edomite, you think the super elite, the Rothschilds, if they like dogs like that, you think that they got something called purebreds, man. That's what they get. They get purebred. That's why purebred animals are worth way more than the lesser ones, man. And then they got these fad dogs, these fashion dogs, man. You know, the little puppies, the little pups. Well, I don't know what the fuck the name of them shits is. But it's a lot of them. There's a lot of different types. Yeah, those are all mixed breeds, man. And they sell them at a higher price point. But the super elite, when they deal with anything, is purebred, man. Something that does not know, they know exactly from different lines that it came through, man. And the only ones that's allowed to have that are the super elite. The super elite are the only ones that are allowed to have that kind of stuff. But the average Joe smokers out here, you're not allowed to have these things. Those things aren't made for you to indulge in. Just like the foods. Every seed that you get in a food supply chain is a mixed seed. And this is what matter of fact, the devil don't even want you to have that. He gave you GMO seeds, now he want to take that away. He gave you
impossible.
Yeah, everything gotta be impossible. It's impossible that this tastes like meat. It's impossible that this tastes like real food, man. Because it ain't real food.
The next thing you're gonna see is impossible water and shit.
Yep. Oh, well, that's what they said.
It's synthetic, man.
Everything's synthetic, man. Hey, even now the waters that you drink don't have the natural nutrients that real water is supposed to have in it, man. That's right. It's either got too much of it or too little of it, man. You know, that can corrode your body, destroy your body. And you think a place like this is supposed to last forever? No. They're purposely choking the supply chains all across the world so that you can't have nothing. They created a system of scarcity, not a system of abundance. And that's what Gmshawaii is bringing. That's what Gmshawaii is bringing. He's going to bring a system of abundance, man, a world of abundance. Keep on reading, but let's get back to this.
Job 20 and verse 6. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he?
Yeah, and that's right. And then who the they that which have seen him is us. Because it's going to come a time when this man is not going to exist no more. That's a future prophecy. That's not talking about when you elites are thrown head first in the hardest captivity known man. Nah, that's talking about after the fact. All of this shit that you see right here, his world that you see that he lives in right now, that he's pushed onto the world, his philosophies, his way of, his so-called way of life, that shit's gonna be done away with. There's gonna come a time and you're like, man, where is this devil? Where is that guy at? Okay, here it is, man, excellency mounted up to the clouds, man. He had chariots in space, man. Not the good kind, but he had them. He had weapons in space, man. And where is he now? He had an army that could spread rapidly across the earth in less than 24 hours. Where is he at now? He was the apex of man, according to his philosophy. He was the apex of man. Where the fuck is he now? Keep reading.
The eye, verse 8. He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yeah, he shall be chased away as in the vision of the night.
Yeah, because it's like this is going to be a bad dream for us in the kingdom of heaven, because the ones who had to bear his oppression the worst, which is us, the Israelites, it's going to come a time where this man's going to go away like a dream. All of this is going to be like a bad dream. Right? You know, what's 500 years compared to eternity? What's 700 years? What's 1,000 years compared to eternity, man? Nothing. And that's something that Esau could never receive, man. He wants to. He wants to try to rob it back through deception and lies, but that's not working no more. You can only lie by so much, and then the truth comes out. See, they use that against Jake on a small level. You know what I mean? Your woman like to bring that up in your face. Whatever you doing in the dark gonna come to light. No, bitch. Me fucking on another bitch. That ain't wickedness, bitch. As long as I ain't doing it in wickedness, ain't nothing wrong with that. I could do that for you. You see that happen for these Jakes, real Jakes, good guy, good Jakes that's good at it. They'll have a woman, a whole fucking family for decades. Nobody knew until the nigga dropped dead. And then you see this whole new family coming through grieving like they knew the man, because they did.
Right.
But the true evil, the true wickedness and deception, which Esau pushes out there, he's been using that to keep himself afloat, you know? But it comes a point where that comes to an end. What verse you on?
Verse 9.
Okay, read it. Read 9 again.
Job 20 and verse 9. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place or any more behold them.
Yeah, because this place is going to be destroyed. America is the top place for Edom. This is the top Edomite nation on the planet Earth, man. It's America. And this shit's going to be destroyed. And once this big cog in the wheel gets destroyed, it's like America's like the axle. You know what I mean? Like if you fuck up your axle, you can fuck up your tires. Shit, you can fuck up your rotor. But once you break that fucking axle rotor, that whole shit gotta be replaced, man. You can't drive that shit. Well, that's what America is. It's the axle of the earth, man. It's the financial axle. It's the economic. That's financial. It's the military axle. You know what I'm saying? It's the what? It's the food axle. All of that shit. A lot of the food you eat mixed with soybeans and shit. They got that shit spread all across the Americas right now as we speak, growing, so they can create industry. It's an industry. It's a large industry. They say that the biggest soybean import and export comes from Brazil, but guess who runs that? Edomites, not natural Brazilian, not no native Brazilian. You know.
Verse 10: His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods.
See, there it is. And who is the poor? We are the Israelites, man. And that's what you see now. But it's going to definitely ramp up in the kingdom.
Right.
But that's what they do. They try to please us by trying to, oh, I'm not like that. I'm a liberal. But you just as bad as your conservative forefathers and mothers. Oh, I didn't have anything to do that. Let's march for you. And then they'll bring, while they marching for you, they bring an LGBTQ A and Z up in there. You know what I'm saying, to take it over. And he said he's going to restore his goods, man, because he stole everything. You wouldn't have to restore nothing if you didn't steal it. And that's the punishment of a thief. You got to restore 7 times what you stole. And Esau, you're the ultimate thief.
That's right.
Especially you super elite robber barons, man. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 11, it says, his bones are full of sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust.
Yeah, because he's been committing sin and iniquity since he was born on this earth, since he was created as a nation. He was nothing more, so all that's going to lie down with him in the dust, in his confusion.
Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, yet his meat, in his bowels is turned. It is the gall of asp within him.
It's the gall of asp within him, yep.
He had swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again.
All with those riches, these different resources, because guess what? There's going to be a transferring of resources from one people to the next.
That's right.
This is the book of, real quick, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings and injuries and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And that's how you Edomites got wealthy. Because your injuries and your unrighteous dealings and your deceit. That's how you became the super elite that you are today. You even had to change your name from Bauer to Rothschild, right? To keep the lie going. You know, how did you get a foothold in America? Your different treaties that you made with Gad and Reuben and Issachar, right? Because Issachar had the West Coast and the Southwest on lock. Why you think the place is called New Mexico, Nevada, all of that shit? You took that away from the tribes, man. Every treaty you had, you broke them shits. It wasn't Gad that broke them, you broke them. You know, that's an unrighteous dealing. That's riches gotten by deceit. You open up the land to all your these heathen nations, man. The Edomite nations. You were just giving the land away that wasn't even yours. You know, you got the world's largest cattle rancher on the planet Earth is in America, man. How the fuck you get that land? That shit goes back to the 1800s. Oh, his father just bought some land that was just what nobody was there, no people, no animals, nothing. And his land with his cattle. No, he stole that shit.
That's right.
He was wealthy enough to buy the land from another thief. Nigga, that's a crime in this society. The purchase of a stolen property, you can go to prison for that. Especially all on account of how much you did. And when I was a kid, I had to learn that the hard way. I stole a bike and I claimed I bought it. And they charged me with possession of stolen property, man. And even though I took it, I took the bike. I was wrong, you know? But for my greed, my own person, and I had to suffer for that. Many years. But see, the white man, he's doing it, and this nigga just balling. You know? You just balling. Look at the Rothschilds, man. Look at the Oppenheimer. You go to South Africa, man. That's Oppenheimer land. That's an Oppenheimer Disneyland. South Africa, man. With the Bears Company, they own that shit.
Even I remember we did a lesson a long time ago where we when we pulled up, you know, or crimes, federal or just regular crimes that are worthy of death. And Esau committed all of them, man. So imagine if even in his own law, he's committed crimes worthy of death. How much more in the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man? So Esau, everything you have established is wicked, man. It's corrupted, and you've got it through what? Through deceit, violence, you know. So it has to go, and everything in this kingdom, man, is defiled. You know, it was created with the purpose of what? Of wickedness, man. The infrastructure, the architecture of the buildings, of the streets, everything, man. That's why the Lord gotta destroy, Babylon the Great, and even the land of Israel. You know, that state of Israel, he's gonna have to what? Cleanse it of that wickedness, man.
Yeah, he gotta get the Gentiles up out of there, man.
Yeah.
And the wicked of our people, they're gonna die there too.
That's right.
And all the heathen, because it ain't no. The real Israelites don't run nothing over there. They're in Demona, Israel, catching hell with fear of being kicked out and thrown back to America.
I was watching a movie with Jamie Foxx called Day Shift on Netflix. You saw it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it was like they were like vampires, the ones that were taking over the properties and shit and bringing their people over.
Yeah.
Well, basically. It's like what they do, gentrifying,
She was a relative state agent,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. They made it seem like she was like a Spanish lady and shit, but that's what Esau does,
She was
man.
an Edomite.
Yeah, hell yeah.
She got mad because he killed her daughter.
Yeah,
that old bitch, that old Edomite looking bitch.
And I was just like, yo, Esau is a fucking devil, man. But really, that's what these devils be doing, man. You know, they come in, take other people's lands, and then bring their people to just do a bunch of wickedness, man.
And that's all they're going to do. Why? Because they're the border of wickedness. And the scripture said that. And wherever they go, they're the border of wickedness, man. So it don't matter where they go on the earth, wickedness is going to follow. They'll come by looking all neat, subtle. Well, they're coming to you with no shoes on their feet. You know, they're coming to you with some drugs in their left hand. You know, and some lies in their right hand, and some hippie glasses. Oh, you know, I got it's so natural. And then this motherfucker's a demon. Even look what he bringing to you. What he gonna bring to you? Feminism. That woman's gonna bring feminism. The man's gonna bring feminism. Homosexuality. I think all people should just come together. That's how it starts, man. And then the real shit come out. The wickedness is there already. You know, they don't just see Esau not the loud, boisterous type. That ain't the one you gotta worry about. You gotta worry about the one that's smiling at you. And the scripture says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. But rule was in his heart, man. That's how he come. Because he knows that's how you accept him. Oh, Tommy's a great guy, man. Sarah, she's so cool. But this bitch is a whole demon.
It's like there's people that they have to do certain things, like, like be kind to others, or like even people that go to the gym, they can't live without being in the gym or doing certain things. Esau can't live without doing wickedness.
No, he can't.
Like that's his thing. Like he has to do wickedness.
Get Psalms chapter 58, 1 through 3.
Psalms 58 and verse 1. It says to the chief musician, I'll, I'll test him. That's how you say that?
Authorship.
Authorship. It says, Michtam of David, do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Yea, in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth.
And that's how Esau does.
The
The earth, he's brought nothing but violence in the earth, man.
right.
What nation did the Edomites go to that they didn't bring it? And they promised the Arabs that's calling themselves Palestinians over there, they promised them that they wouldn't fuck up their way of life, they wouldn't impede on their lands, they wouldn't steal from them, and they did all those things, man. And so much more. So much more that their oppression over there is being muted by what they call anti-Semitism and anti-hate. Whenever you criticize these Jays, they use anti-Semitism, they use their lawyers, they use their media, their power to mute out the voice of the oppressed, man.
Right. It says the wicked are estranged from the womb, they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
Read it in the NLT right next to it. What did it say?
Psalms 58 and 3 in the NLT, it says, the wicked people are born sinners, even from birth they have lied and gone their own way.
That's Esau. That's Esau Edom. That's how you know the wicked who the wicked is, man.
That's right.
And we've shown many illustrations of that. I don't know if you ever seen that video, that little Edomite, she stole cookies in her own house. Oh, and then the mom asked her who did it. She said a black man. And the mom thought it was so funny. She thought it was so funny that she had to record it. But who's the thief? The little Edomite devil. And she was a baby. So that tells you, it's right there. It says, as soon as they be born, they go speaking lies, man. They never speak the truth.
That's right.
Ever. It's not the 100% truth. They'll speak the truth, but it's some lies with it. So therefore, it's no longer the truth. Because you lied. You brought lies into it. You know? But see, the world believes them. You get to talking about our oppression, oh, that was hundreds of years ago. Get over it. But why are we still talking about the Holocaust? Why are we still talking about that was almost 100 years ago? Death was over 75. And we still talking about that shit. Why are we still talking about, they claiming that they're the people of the Lord and that they would have been oppressed for 3,000 years. Why are we still talking about that? We can't, you know what I mean? And then when we start talking about the oppression of these people, the world just conveniently forgets that shit. Why is Tariq Nasheed yelling for money? Reparations, him and other people. Because it was never repaired. I might have saved it. It was either an Instagram post or a TikTok post where I think it was a TikTok post where it says the Jays, the Jays got $70 billion in reparations. The Goops, the Japanese, they got 20 billion in reparation, and then somebody else got like 3-point-something billion dollars in reparation. And the black people, I got a rock. You know what I'm saying? You didn't get shit. So-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, you didn't get shit. And it's so bad that our people want to be Edomites and think they're Edomites, you know, so that they could just get over it. You people that are living on these Caribbean islands, man, you got fucked over, man. You got nothing for it. What they give you? What do they call? Puerto Rico is a commonwealth. They made you a commonwealth. They made some of you Caribbean states or countries commonwealths. You know, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and you still getting fucked over, man. You Jakes ain't swim over there. You wasn't born over there. You were brought over there in captivity, man, in chains. They did whatever the fuck. Oh yeah, that's what she said. I think she said that the slave, they got $20 billion. Yeah, for reparations.
Losing their slaves.
Yeah, that's like that. Yep. Mm-hmm. Well, 3-point-something billion dollars. The Japanese got 20 billion. The so-called Jew got 70 billion. And the so-called Negro, you ain't get shit. You ain't gonna get nothing. Because Esau's not in the power. First of all, he don't got the money. Even if he wanted to create it, it would fuck up his system so bad
He might as well not give
He
you
might as
shit.
not give it to you at all, man. Let's say he gave every so-called African American $10 billion. And then you got to be careful with that because it's going to be an Edomite that can trace their lineage back to captivity through their mother's side. And next thing you know, they're super rich.
And everybody's black.
Everybody's black, man.
Oh yeah, I'm 10% African American.
Yeah, yep.
Fuck.
And they gonna get them checks.
Yeah.
And you Jake's gonna be mad. How the fuck she able to get it? I only got 5. Yeah, they get 30. They gonna find a way to fuck you, man.
Back to the same place.
Yep, back to
Square one.
Square one, yeah, yeah. Back to square one, man. Crying about the same shit. And on top of that, they don't want you niggas getting all kinds of. You gonna fuck up the housing market. You gonna fuck up anywhere you live at. They redline that shit. So you gonna take your ass to where Esau and Moab live, and Ishmael live. They gonna be mad as shit you up in there. They already don't want you there anyway. Edomite women will harass the fuck out you if you in that neighborhood. Here it is, you done spent 10 times the cost for that house to live in that market, that area, and you got to deal with the fucked up neighbors, man. And they don't want to live next to you. They don't want to. These nations, they've been living on a high horse or high on a hog for so long. They don't want to. They don't want to share that with you. You're not worthy. You're not worthy living next to them. I thought we was all the same. We could all be the same, but you got to be over there, nigga. They don't want you out there. Why you think niggas don't win the lottery a whole bunch of times, man? Can you imagine all the niggas that play the lottery, winning the lottery at the same time? Oh my God! Hey, they'll turn it off, man. No more lottery, man. You know?
Yeah, I'm sure that when they play the lottery, they have like everybody playing in the area where Jake lives at. Yeah. No chance of.
Yeah, they ain't got no chance. They ain't got no real chance. Those numbers don't get it.
Don't put those numbers in.
Those are a whole different set of algorithm numbers.
Hell yeah.
That's why you never see the winners.
Hell yeah.
Not just because people are going to rob and kill you, try to get you for your bread. Your family members going to fuck you over.
It's always going to be Edomites.
It's always going to be Edomites. The ones that run it big.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Can you imagine? You would know if a so-called Negro won that $1 billion that was last shit. It was more than that. It's like $2 billion. That shit went $2 billion. You'd have knew if a nigga won that shit, man. Easy. Because you can't get rid of nigga them overnight. It don't happen like that. And no amount of money in the world to get rid of that shit. You would know. You would know. But that's how you know it's an Edomite or just wasn't nobody. It was just it might have been a J-Brew, man, who was already wealthy. And when they just split it amongst the top people. Yeah. And they shut the fuck up. They don't say nothing. It's like Esau is the real Alonzo from Trading Day, man. You know, when he had to go see the heads of the police to go get the money. I forget what he called them and shit. He called them something. He had to sit down at the table in a restaurant with them, man. And say, well, I got a bank, a private bank that I could get that money from. Because he owed over $1 million for killing a Russian mafia person. But that's another story for another time. Keep on reading, brother.
Psalms 58 and verse 4, it says...
Oh, that we're done with that.
Oh, okay.
Go back to Job.
Back in Job 20 and verse 15, it says, he hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly.
Because wealth is never destroyed. It's only transferred. It can only be transferred. For what kind of wealth it is. You can't destroy wealth. Man. You can't get rid of wealth, man. Okay? Like Chris Rock said, you can't get rid of wealth. But you can get rid of rich. You know? You got it.
No, yeah, because, like we were going into, the real wealth is what? The natural resources. So when a kingdom is taken over or, destroyed, what happens? The conqueror takes over the land, the resources, the people. Yep. So it's always transferred, man. And that's what the Lord's about to do with Esau's kingdom, man. He's gonna transfer it unto who? Unto the righteous people of Yasharala, man.
Yep, which is the elect of Israel, which we hoping that we're a part of.
That's right.
We're praying to Yahweh Shai daily to be a part of this. We understand we're doing what the elect would do, but we hoping to endure it. We hoping to be the first inheritors, the first fruits, man. The first fruits get the best portions, man.
That's right.
Everybody else, they get something, but they ain't the best. You know, I don't want to die in my sins here.
You'll get the best, but we'll get the best of the best.
Yeah, you're gonna get the best, right? Yeah, the cream of the crop. That's what the aristocracy is. The Edomites have an aristocracy. They're called the Rothschilds. These super elite banking families. Those are the aristocracy of the Edomites, man. And they don't have to share that. They don't have to share that wealth with anybody. It's theirs. But they fuck the least of their people out. If the average Edomite family, because they're wealthy too. Don't get it twisted. They're wealthier than these people on this side. You know, the average medium income for a so-called Negro family is what? Is $30,000 and some shit. Let me see. I don't know what it is right now. You looking it up?
No.
Oh, okay. The average medium income. The average black medium income, well, in 2015, it was $40,000. Because I know the average medium income for a so-called Latino family is like $17,000. You know? So I'm not sure what it is. Racial disparities in income and poverty remain largely unchanged amid strong growth in 2019. Yeah, so the Asian family, the average median Asian family in 2019 was 98,174. So these other nations, I was watching, I don't know about what I was watching, it might have been that same video Apostle Gabar premiered earlier, but he was saying that these other nations, they come over here, they're doing well, man. They're doing way better than Jake. Yeah, it says the average white family is on an upward spiral to 76,000. The average Hispanic family is 56,000, and that was growth. The average black family is down, less than 46,000, man. So there it is, man. So Jake, you're never gonna get over in this society, man. So again, the super elite though, they never shared none of that shit, that wealth, with the least of their people. But the least of our people, they're gonna get that, way more than that. You know what I mean? You're never gonna see a homeless Israelite family of no kind, no tribe, in the kingdom of heaven. But then you're going to have the super elite, which is the elect. Lord won't be part of that. Okay? You're going to get the best of the best. The cream of the crop, man. The aristocracy, man. We're going to be we're the aristocrats of our people. Just like the Moabites, they got the aristocrats of their people. Ammonites, Ishmael, Ham. They got the aristocrats of their people. You don't see them. Because they don't make it noticeable, but they out there, you know. And then you got the Edomites. Well, does not every nation have one? So who are the aristocrats of our people? That's the elect of Israel. That's what this word is for. That's who are going to receive salvation and redemption on the first go around. You got something? Keep reading.
Job 20 and verse 16, it says, he shall suck the poison of asps, the viper's tongue shall slay him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the nuclear missile. Go ahead.
It says, he shall not see the rivers, the floods, and the brooks of honey and butter.
Yeah, that's the kingdom of heaven. The Israelites, they're gonna receive it. They're gonna have a portion in the kingdom after the slavery is over. But they're going to give us a portion, which is their lands. And whatever's in their land, that's going to belong to them. Except for the first fruits of it, which is going to come to the children of Israel. Go ahead.
Yeah, because when these heathen nations get their inheritance, they're going to be, they're going to live a life that's better than anybody ever even lived here. Even the aristocrats of these heathen nations now are not going to live as good as once we give them their inheritance back, man. Because what people don't understand, man, is that once the children of Israel are in power, man, everybody's gonna benefit from it. We're not gonna have a bunch of homeless people and like nations starving unless they don't follow after the law, statutes, and commandments. But I'm sure that after those 1,000 years of captivity, they're gonna be walking in a righteous path, just some extent, you know, and they're gonna benefit of what? Of having healthy diets. We're not gonna be pushing all these abominable things that ISO pushes, the medicine, none of that stuff, man. So they're gonna live healthier lives than people do here now, man. You know, so once these nations get their inheritance back, they're gonna see you know, something good for themselves. But Esau, Edom, you know, once that captivity is finished, man, the only thing waiting for you is that fire, man.
The destruction, that's it. Oh, this is
Because Esau has been fucking enjoying the earth to the fullest, man. You know, I always here and there send me those videos, man. But yo, I be watching those traveling Instagram pages and shit, and you only see Edomites out there, man. Like in Switzerland, all these.
you'll never see no Jakes out there like that. You might see a nigga
man.
man.
Yeah, with a Edomite sugar daddy and shit. But yeah, man, it's crazy because you know Jake has never, you know, I've met Jakes that have never left the city they were born in, man.
Yeah, for real.
And you got these Edomites. Yeah, you got these Edomites, young Edomites, man, that are like 18, 20, 20, all that into 18 countries, and you know just boasting of all the things that they've done, man. You know, so
yeah, they got nets in their houses.
Yeah, like
they got it strapped off with every country in the So like today, his goal was to visit every country in Europe. Until he got to the point where he stayed in the Czech Republic. And when he got to the Czech Republic, he was like, oh, this is where to live at, man, because it was better than living in America. You know, his kids got free school. His wife got unlimited maternity leave and pay. His kids get to go to school for free. All that. So he decided, but how was he able to do that? Because he's an Edomite. Hey, Jake ain't got that kind of time. Jake will travel, but when you travel, you coming back to bills fucked up, missing a person. Even when you travel to these other nations, you living in amongst the curses, man. It might be cheaper for you, more affordable, especially if you come from America. But ultimately, it's still a cursed fucking situation.
yeah, it's like Salaka. It's like, you know, here in America, man. If you're not an American citizen or a resident and shit, and you want to come here and be one, become a resident or a citizen, bro, if you invest $400,000 into America, you become a citizen right away. Who the fuck has $400,000 on the outside? Only Edomites, man.
Yeah, Edomites and these other heathen nations.
Yeah, hell
That's got it like that. These businessmen. Jake ain't got that shit. Hey, it's the same way in the reverse. If you go to Brazil, if you're investing, like say in real estate, if you invest in about a million real, which is a little more than $100,000 in our money, into their economy, yeah, they got something called a investment visa. That shit get quick. It goes straight through their system fast as well. Oh, yeah. It's a bureaucratic system, but it goes by quick. In the same way, if you're investing, of course they're gonna make this shit go up. But if you're just an average citizen seeking refuge from your home country, no, nigga, you're gonna be a burden. So they gotta make that shit take forever. But if you were coming and investing money, that's the other way. If it's the other way around, oh yeah, they'll fucking, you know, and that's with any country. But this is Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And that's what you see. The righteous are not Romans 8:17. When the righteous are in authority, when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And that's what you see going on. The vast majority of the people of the earth are mourning. Why? Because the wicked are bearing rule. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when you have yet to see that. We have yet to see the righteous in authority on the earth so that the people can rejoice. But guess what? Yeah, it's going to be hell for you nations that first 1,000 years. But after that, you're going to be good. Because unlike what happened to us, you're going to receive your land back. You're going to be able to receive your culture back. But you're just going to be under the protectorate and under the rule of the righteous, man. So you got to follow what we follow, you know, in order to receive those blessings, man. But if you don't, like the priest said, you're going to be fucked up. You going to have shit. So what do you think the people going to choose? Are they going to choose to live in wickedness and evil just so they can have not have nothing? No, they want something. And in this society, because these heathen nations naturally, they're not righteous. Naturally, they're in the wickedness. They can come over here and they can thrive because the wickedness is ruling for them. But the least of their people, they're mourning. The least, all our people are fucking mourning.
That's right.
You see? So when the righteous bear fruit, rejoice, but when the wicked bear fruit, the people mourn. Proverbs 28 and 28. When the wicked rise, men hide themselves. But when they perish, the righteous increase. And that's right, man. Because when the wicked come through, you already know what the fuck is going on. Like that sister had that dream. She said even when we came with the chariots, whether the nations were about to receive bad judgment or righteous judgment, they were happy. Either way, they were happy. Because on one side of the coin, whatever is wicked amongst them is going to be purged out. So therefore, it's going to make room for the goodness.
That's right.
And if they were doing righteousness, guess what? They're going to receive an abundance of it. Abundance more. So they were happy to bring us the first fruits of everything that they had, which is it's tribute. Which is, what is it called for us? It's called what do you call it? When a nation is going to have to give us I call it the first fruits, but it's a word.
Tribute? Yeah, tribute. No?
Nah, the tribute is what Esau made the people pay. But we call it something different in the scripture. I forget what it's called. What is it called? It's called they're gonna have to give us anyway, the first portions, man. You know, but the whole nation is responsible for that. It ain't gonna be like a tax. So like Esau, his tribute is tax, man. But our tribute that they have to give us is just the first portion. I forget the name of it, man. I don't know, it slipped my mind. I might, Lord willing, I'll remember it, come back to my understanding. Go ahead.
Romans chapter 8 and verse 16 says, the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit.
Oh, it was 17.
Okay. Verse 17, Romans 8 and 17, and if children...
Oh, Salaki. The earnest expectation.
Oh, yeah, 19. On Romans 8 and verse 19, it says, for the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestations of the sons of the living power.
And the sons of God are the Israelites. I was watching a TikTok. I was going to do a lesson on it, but the Spirit had me not do it. But it was a TikTok. I was scrolling through TikTok, and this Edomite was live, and he was basically saying that the angels aren't the sons. You saw that?
No.
Oh, he's basically saying that the angels aren't the sons of God. And then I had posted Job 1, and then I also posted Jude 1 and 6. And he still couldn't understand. He was basically saying that the angels aren't God's people, aren't God's sons. That it's just living people that were on the earth that are in the spirit world. Now they're good. They're the sons. What the fuck are you talking about, man? The sons of the power on the earth are the Israelites, man. Who are angels? We are angels. We're angels in the flesh. Then we got brothers in the spirit world, which they're the angels in the what do they call it? The celestial bodies, man. Like Satan, he's a brother of ours, but he's on the left hand side. Michael, he's a brother of ours, but he's on the right hand side. Okay, you heathen nation, nothing, but you're still in a celestial state too. But you're on the left hand side. That's all. But when they come down to the earth has a colony of the Most High, which are the Israelites, man.
That's right. I'm going to read that in the NLT, Romans 8 and 19. It says, for all creation is waiting eagerly for that future day when the Most High will reveal who his children really are.
And that's right. And because right now, we telling you, but the vast majority of people don't listen to us. Yeah. They don't believe us. And that's okay, because it ain't us you should believe. it's Yahweh Shai, so that means you don't believe what Yahweh Shai is saying. Can you read that again, Baba Gashah?
Romans 8:19, for all creation is waiting eagerly for that future day when the Most High will reveal who his children really are.
Yeah, and that's being revealed now. Light. Can you help me with this, brother? I'm trying to get some light. Put it down there real quick and see if it shoots up. On the floor. Put it on the floor. Let's see if it. And it kind of blinds the camera. Yeah. Push it back. You gotta go back. I just don't want to blind it. I usually put it right against the floor, that post right there in the front, the middle. Yeah. I tilted up just a little bit. Yeah. That's fine. Kind of want to center it. So, right here. All right. It's cool because once it gets dark, it's gonna be the only light out here. Once this goes off, if it goes off, but they can see this. Can you read that again, Baba Gashah, brother?
Romans 8:19 in the NLT, it says, for all creation is waiting eagerly for that future day when the Most High will reveal who his children really are.
Exactly, man. And that's going to be revealed when Yahweh Shai comes, man.
That's right.
Is he going to save a whole host of Edomites? No. You're going to see a lot of this, get Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. You're going to see a lot of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans being pulled up. Then you're going to have a mixed multitude. Yeah, you're going to have Israelites that look like so-called white people. You're going to have Israelites that look like the so-called Jays, man. Right? But the vast majority are going to be the ones you call the people of color. Because the one that coming back, Yahweh Shai, he's a so-called black man, what you call a man of color. You know, you don't want to admit it, but in reality, the whole world is waiting for the day that the Lord reveals who his true people are, man. Because right now, the vast majority of people on the earth, you believe that the Lord's people are so-called white people. You know, I saw a video where they had a whole bunch of, they claimed that it was a video of a bunch of rabbis protesting against Kanye West in New York City. And they were all taking a picture, and they were all standing on these type of rafters and shit, you know? They were standing up, and they were all Edomites. None of them were Israelites, man. So you trying to tell me that these guys are the Lord's people? Nah, man, that ain't true. But the whole world is still, the creatures, the world, whether they want to admit it or not, they're waiting for righteousness, man, because they need it. The vast majority of the people on the earth are not living well. 99.9% of the people on earth are living in fucked upness, man. Only 1% of the world is living the way the whole world should live, man.
That's right.
With abundance, with access to resources, unaccountable for. You know, living in a place where it's not filled with death. And that's not how life's supposed to be. The earth was created to be a paradise, not just for 1%, but for all people, man. Starting with the children of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man. In the world to come, man, these people, they're fighting against it. They don't want us to rule. That's just their innate hatred for the Lord. But ultimately, when we get into power, they're gonna be thankful, man.
That's right. Because like you're going into, even you heathens are supposed to be part of our paradise, man.
Yep.
You know, because the children of Israel were created to give honor and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai always, man. Yep. So guess what? That means that you heathen nations can't just be out doing whatever the fuck you want. You know, having homeless people in the street, drug addicts and all that shit. Nah, everybody's supposed to be in order, man, and you know, in harmony according to your lot. You know, you heathen nations, you were created to be the servants to the sons and daughters of Israel, man. So when you get back to that to your righteous, you know, lot, man, you're gonna be doing the best job you can to be in the good graces of your lords, man, which is gonna be who? The children of Israel, man.
The men, start with the men.
That's right.
We're gonna be the new lords on the earth. We're gonna be the new landlords.
That's right.
But unlike the wicked landlords that you see today, these Edomites, we're gonna rule righteously, man. So these people, they waiting for that. We got pushing again. In the
Romans?
Yeah, in the NLT.
Okay. Romans 8 and 19 in the NLT, it says, "For all creation is waiting eagerly for that future day when the Most High will reveal who his children really are."
Yeah, because right now you don't know these nations. They don't believe who the Lord's people really are.
That's right.
They don't believe that the Lord's people are really the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians. They believe that they're a people that you call so-called white people. That's right. That's what they believe. They believe that the Lord's people are a bunch of people with wearing all black, calling themselves ish people, you know, living in the land of Israel, oppressing another people. You know what I mean? They don't believe that. They don't believe that the Lord's people are the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, the most oppressed people on the planet Earth. But it's going to come a day when the Lord's true people are going to be revealed, and then you're not going to be able to believe it. Wisdom of Solomon 5, start at the top.
Wisdom of Solomon 5 and verse 1 says, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him."
Yeah, and that's us. We're the righteous men standing in great boldness in the face of those that afflicted us. Who afflicted us? Starting off with the nation of Edom, the tabernacles of Edom, then the tabernacles of the other nations, man.
That's right.
We're standing in great boldness in the face, and then even our own people. 2/3 of our own people, they afflicted us. But we're talking about you devils. Go on, keep reading again. Read it again.
Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 1 says, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors."
And you see that daily, man. When we amongst these heathen nations, man, it's like we're invisible. Yesterday I was at the was it yesterday? Yesterday I was at work, and I was sweeping the floor, and I asked this lady 2 times, "Excuse me, I need to get by you. Excuse me." And the bitch act like I didn't even exist, man. It was like I was just a broom. She didn't see a man standing there, an Israelite man standing there. She just saw a broom. And I had to get by. I had to actually move like this to get by the bitch, man. Now, if I was ignorant and cussed the bitch out, then I would have been wrong, but she would have been right. You know, but that's because they don't make no account of our labors. We built these countries. We built America on our blood, sweat, and tears. These other nations ain't do that. They just jumped on the backs of industries that was being set up in America and exploited it for their gain. But nobody makes mention of us building this country, man. From the so-called Native American Indians to the so-called Latinos to the so-called Negroes, man. Nobody gives a fuck about us, man. You wouldn't have the vast majority of these inventions that you people use so much, exploit so much, if it had not been for the children of Israel.
That's right.
None of these shits, man. Even a lot of you people like to eat junk food. You like to eat junk food like potato chips, man. It was a black man that invented that shit. And why did he invent it? Because an Edomite talked shit to him, and he went back and made it harder. Next thing you know, you Edomites were able to make companies like Lay's, Frito-Lay's, Dorito, well, that's just part of Frito-Lay. Because a lot of you companies, you own the same products and act like they're different products. But a lot of you nations, a lot of you Edomites, you're able to start small businesses in America creating a kettle chip, right? But you ain't the inventors of that shit.
Right.
You stole an idea and you were able to exploit it to your ability. You stop at stoplights every day. Everybody in the world got a fucking stoplight they got to stop at. Or at least there's one up there. Who invented that? A so-called black man. But you think that Benjamin Banneker's family is an elite family in the world making money off of that? Hell no. Hell to the nizzle. The vast majority. Yeah, the first supercomputer was made by a so-called black man.
That's right.
A black woman created closed circuit television where you could see people. What do you call them shits? The cameras and shit. The surveillance cameras and shit that are all over the place. It was a black woman that did that shit, man. You think her family is eating off of that? Hell no. If they are, they might be part of the boule and they supporting Esau's system.
And that's how you know that, you know, the Lord has a hand in everything Esau is doing, man. Because if the Lord didn't put it in Jake's spirit to do those things, Esau wouldn't have had shit, man.
Yeah, because
You know?
the vast majority of inventions are created so that man won't have to work as hard.
Yeah.
And who the servants of the world? Israelites. Hey, a lot of you Edomites, you get the credit. Wisdom dudes they claim they created the airplane, the Wright brothers.
Oh yeah.
They weren't the creators of that. It was a Brazilian man, a native Brazilian man that created the airplane, man. And he had a better successful test of it. But you don't even know that. He goes but you think it's a Brazilian family, a Brazilian family, a natural Brazilian family making trillions of dollars, billions of dollars each year from Boeing and Rolls Royce? Fuck no. Fuck no. Then you create these companies that hire Israelites to create items and inventions, right? And then you use the fact that you hired them, that whatever they make, the intellectual property belongs to the company, man. That's how you're able to get wealthy. You see? You know? Nobody talks about that.
That's right.
But you make no account of our labors. Every time you see a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American man, you clutch your purse. Because according to y'all, in the world, we're all nothing more than robbers and thieves. When the greatest robber and thief was walking by you with shorts and a fucking puppy.
Yep. Or in a suit.
Or in a fucking suit.
That's right.
You know? Nobody makes mentions. They'll keep reading it again.
Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and have made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
And you super elite, you are in fear. You niggas, you're gonna be the last ones to be in fear because you're the last to know anything.
Yep.
But the super elite, they know what's going down. And it's the reason why right now they're allowing IUIC to be put on the front street. They ain't putting the true leaders of Israel on Front Street, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and the brothers on down. They ain't putting us on it, but they putting the IUIC. Why? Because this thing is now is too much for them to handle. So now they're trying to curtail it. Why? Because they're fearful. You don't do something like that unless you fear it.
Yep.
It's not that they fear an intelligent black man. They fear a spiritually awake so-called Negro, Latino, Native American. So-called black, Latino, Native American men. That's what they fear. And they see it coming together like Voltron, and they don't know what to do. So now they're going to try to demonize it. First they dismiss you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win.
Right.
Because it's being evidently shown. Here it is. They tried to throw that dude Kanye West under the bus, right? And he was telling the truth that all sectors of the world are governed by Amalekites, man. And you people don't believe it, but it's the truth is out there. You go to they just fired Disney is ran by Jays, man. And they just fired a Negro that was head of some type of direction for that fucking place. They got that shitty ass Disney Plus off the ground, and they fired the dude. They got rid of him. The old CEO, he had left like 2 years ago. He left the company. Him along, it was a mass exodus of elite 500 corporation leaders left. They just left. They just abruptly quit their jobs. And everybody was like, what the fuck's going on? What's going on? Why everybody leaving? Because they knew something was up. Now they rehired this nigga. He just fired Jake, man. You know? Ain't no Jakes, ain't no so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans running CBS, NBC, CNN. Well, that's nothing Fox. Those are all elite families, man, and they're all Edomites, man. And they all Jays, man. That was the truth. Anytime you got a sector of the world that's thriving, you better know that it's an Amalekite at the top of that desk, man.
Right. That's why you read that in Proverbs that says, when the wicked increase, the righteous hide. Roughly paraphrased.
Yeah, when the wicked,
yeah, because in this world, man, speaking the truth is basically a crime. You know?
Yeah, with Proverbs 28:28. When the wicked rise, men hide themselves. But when they perish, the righteous in peace.
Yeah, so men have to hide. You can't speak the truth no more. You know, that's why you have to, anytime there is, real news and news that are actually bringing out facts, what is it called? It's called, not mainstream media, but alternative media, man. You know, and what does the mainstream media say? Oh, that's fake news and all this. But they're actually the people that are bringing out facts, you know? Because they gotta hide the truth. They gotta hide everything that's not with the narrative of Amalek, man.
Yep. And it's the Amalekites that's ruling. The vast majority of these entertainment companies are owned and operated by Amalek.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Everything, even, man, Nestle owns like more than
Agriculture,
95% of the water reservoirs in the fucking entire world, man. And
who owns Nestle? Amalek.
Amalek. It ain't no Jake. It ain't no the Jackson family ain't owning that shit. Okay. The Jackson family ain't owning that. The Black Johnson family ain't owning that. The Garcia family, they don't own that shit.
Right.
Okay. It's Amalek, man. Okay? And if it ain't Amalek, it's one of their other Edomite affiliates, man, who changed their name. Like the Rockefellers. Knowing damn well they're Rothschild scions, man. And those are just some of the most popular names. You got other people, the Sackler family. They own Purdue Pharma, man. They're the ones that started the opioid epidemic and got all these small towns and now major cities hooked on opioids, man, of all sorts, man. And they don't get them. Are they thrown in prison?
no.
Are they doing some hard time? Fuck no. They got granted something called global peace. The fuck? Meaning that they can't be tried, they can't be convicted, they can't be sued for any of the deaths that came from the shit that they did.
Wisdom of Solomon 5 and verse 3.
It says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he
Whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach.
Yeah, and that's us. Starting off with the prophets, man. Because the super elite, they ain't gonna repent. But you're gonna see a lot of jakes like these niggas, them crazy niggas with them dresses on, that was angry at everybody, holding Bibles in their hand, talking about we was gonna be destroyed. Them niggas, they being saved. And then you got Christians in church for 30 and 40 and 60 goddamn years who just knew they had a front row seat to salvation, ain't getting shit.
That's right.
Old mama Jenkins with that fucked up ass wig on her head, that crooked ass wig on her head, with the biggest Bible known to man, and don't know, couldn't tell you where the book of Obadiah was in the scriptures, man, and who was it talking to.
right.
You know what I'm saying? She's gonna be like, damn, how is these niggas saved? Nah, I know my Jesus is coming for me. I know my Jesus. Well, where's he at?
Yeah, they're a bunch of hypocrites, bro. I was watching, that's a spirit, because I was watching something on Instagram, and there was this guy, he was trying out people. So he goes in front of a church, and like he'll come like from behind you, and then he'll toss the money right on your side, and then he'll be like, oh shoot, what a lucky day, I just found. So he went in front of the church, and there was this lady, and then as soon as he goes and says, oh, what a lucky day, I found this money, she was like, oh, that's my money, hey brother, that's my money. And then the guy was like, oh, but I thought I just found this here, I thought you said, you're a woman of God, you shouldn't be lying and whatever. And then she was like, yeah, I'm not lying, and you're stealing, so you're lying, like making it seem like the guy was committing sin. But they caught her on video, bro. And then once the dude was like, oh, I caught you on video, you like, don't be lying and shit. And then like she covered her face and she was like, oh, wait, don't put that up on the internet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, Jake and the churches are a bunch of hypocrites.
You're the worst.
That's why the Lord is not
going
to give you nothing, man.
You're the worst. You niggas are he gonna give you something, all right? But it ain't gonna be what you think it is. He gonna give you judgment, straight up death. That's what you about to get. You and your Jesus. Yep. Because that ain't the name of the Lord. I say his name is Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
And he a so-called black man. Fuck that man of color shit. He was what you would call deemed in this world as a so-called black man or a so-called Negro.
That's right.
That's what he is. And you don't want him. You don't want him. And you don't want his prophets. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American men, looking men. You don't want them. We the last people. If anybody's not gonna get saved, you believe it's us. But according to the scripture, it's otherwise. Read it again.
Well, Wisdom of Solomon 5:3.
And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools
Accounted his life madness,
and his end to be without honor.
Yeah, because we was out here preaching. Nobody standing out here. We talking to a camera. You know, or we out amongst the people, and the people just walking by. Lord willing, next week we want to change our location up, and you're going to see it. We were better off standing right out here. Because ain't nobody, it's the same way. When you go into the crowds of people, these people don't care. They're not thinking about salvation. That's not the first thought of their mind. First thought of their mind when they go to sleep, when they wake up. They ain't praising Yahweh Shem Shai, the Wadi Yahweh Shem Shai for another day, asking the Lord to get them home safe and get them to their destination safe. They're not asking those questions. They're not asking the Lord for that. Read it again. You accounted our life for madness, man, and worthless, without honor.
That's right.
You know, you'll honor a nigga like Kanye West. You'll honor a nigga like Kyrie Irving. Lord willing, I got another video coming up. It's gonna be a short video, but I found out, you know, I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna show you this. And listen to what IUIC said. They said they love this world, man. They said they love this world. They don't want to leave this place. That's what they said. And I'm gonna prove it to you in my saved videos. And check this out. Right here. Hold on, it'll repeat. These niggas love the world. All they did all that marching at the Barclays in Brooklyn. This military shit, they learned from Esau. Yeah, it's a I love this world, and you should too. That's what they teaching you. That's what IUIC is teaching you. They ain't teaching you to get away from this place, to flee this place spiritually.
That's right.
They're teaching you to stay here, man. These people want to stay here. And yeah, so that's what they said. They said they love this world, and you should too. They love this place. But at the same time, they'll tell you you're an Israelite, and then Satan will tell you that 2/3 of our people are going to be destroyed on this side by nuclear fire. But yet, you pushing out to the masses that you love this world, and you should, that they love this world, and you should too. When the Lord said the love of the world is enmity with the Most High, man. If you love this world, the love of Yahweh Shem Shai is not in you.
Love not the world.
Neither the things that are in it.
The world.
Right? But they account our life as madness, and we're going to die without honor. Here it is, you trying to parody the so-called white man's military, and then tell people that you love the world and they should too. But then you, in the same breath, you want to talk about you an Israelite. Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. Hey, ain't nowhere in the scriptures ever, where the Israelites did that kind of shit, man.
Right.
When we were marching around the walls of Jericho and praising Yahweh Shem Shai with the top of our lungs, and those walls fell down. They didn't fall down because they said they love this world. They fell down because they love Yahweh Shem Shai, and they showed that love and by fearing Yahweh Shem Shai. But nobody makes note of that. Y'all just let it go. You see a whole host of thousands of niggas walking up and down the street, and you think, oh, this is something to be good. Here it is, they militarizing what you call the Israelite movement. whether it's them or ISUPK, because they're going to bring them niggas up next. They're going to bring them barbarian niggas up next. Marching up and down the goddamn street, all that goddamn black. And they're going to show you that, oh, look, this is a militant group. And that's going to be the reason to take you down.
That's right. That's why the Lord said that we were going to lose everything, man. You know, that's why the Lord prepares us to what? To lose everything, man.
Because you have nothing. Why would you love this place? Let's switch gears, man. Just the spirit has been out. Get the scriptures out. The love of the world is enmity with the Most High, man. Because ain't nothing to love this place. You have nothing. You own nothing. You have nothing already. And guess what Esau told you? You're gonna be happy.
That's right.
According to Esau, the only ones allowed to have something are the super elite.
This is the book of James, chapter 4 and verse 4. It says, "Ye adulterers and ye adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High?"
Yeah, the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High. When you look at that word world, there's cosmos there.
That's right.
That's the world of Israel.
It says,
Because the vast majority of the world of Israel is in rebellion against the Most High, man. Let alone the oikomene sense of the world, which is the whole entire encompassing earth of people. They don't care about the Lord. So you hear this, you talking about bringing a nation together, a black and black man. The black man is not good without the black woman. We don't need the nigga woman, man. We don't even need the Latin woman.
that's right.
We don't need the Native American woman. We can take any woman of the other nations and bring our people back through the spirit and power of Yahweh. Eventually, a dark woman gonna come out of there. Eventually, a caramel complected, pumpkin complected woman is gonna come out. Not pumpkin, that's orange. But you know, the caramel complected, light brown, dark brown woman gonna come out of there. The Israelite woman's gonna come back. The Israelite man's gonna come back. But it's only gonna be through the seed and loins of an Israelite man.
That's right.
There's another scripture that says, if you love the world, the love of the Father is not in you. I think that's in the book of John. And that's what these same people that's not making account of our labors, because usually we use that for the Edomites and these other nations, man, but that really pertains to 2/3 of our own people, man, who killed the prophets, man, who murdered us. All because we were bringing prophecy of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to them. We were rebuking them in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and they didn't want to hear it.
That's right.
So what they said, let's kill them, let's get them out of the way. Let's conspire against them. Go ahead, brother.
It's 1 John 2 and 15.
It says, "Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man loves the world, the love of
The Father is not in him."
Yeah, it is. So why would you tell somebody, I love this world and you should too? Right? They didn't exalt the name of Yahweh Bashim. You had over 1,000 men out there, well over 2,000 men, marching like them niggas is in basic training and shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of them niggas raised the voice of the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You said, who's the king? You claim some nigga named Christ. Some Edomite named Christ. We live in a time and you don't gotta say no Christ. That Christ ain't no, what is Christ? What does that mean? The vast majority of people don't even know what that means. That's a Greek word that goes, well, Christ goes back to the Greek word Christos, which means anointed. Well, how do you say that in the Hebrew? Well, a Mashiach. The term, the name, that title, Jesus, that thing. What does that mean? Really, it means nothing. Because the ancient Greeks didn't use the term, a word that started with J. They were saying Isis. And what does that mean? A savior? Salvation or something like that? Well, wait a minute. The Hebrews were what? Hebrew Israelites. The Israelites were what? Hebrew. They spoke Hebrew, man. There's a whole book dedicated to what? The Hebrews, man. What language do they speak? Hebrew. Right? If I speak the language of Hebrew, then my name is going to be in the Hebrew tongue. What is the name of the Lord in the Hebrew tongue? Yahushua. Yahushua. Even the Catholic churches say Yeshua or some shit like that. That's closer than you saying Jesus. But here it is, you got one of the people who claim to be the most prominent and numerous member group on the planet Earth, according to Dayton them, right? They don't even exalt that name. And these niggas gonna tell me that I love the world and you should too? No, we hate this world. And you should too.
That's right.
Because this is not our world. Even Yahushua said that, St. John 9, started 17. He said, I pray not for the world, I pray for them. The Lord ain't pray for the world. He didn't pray for the whole world of Israel. He was not praying for the whole nation of Israel, bro. He's praying for the elect. Starting with the apostles. And not only them, but those that believe on his name through their word. It should be St. John 17 and 9.
St. John 17 and verse 9, it says, I pray for them, I pray not.
Not for the world.
Start at 8.
St. John 17 and verse 8, it says, for I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me.
Who is it them? The apostles? Who were disciples, who became apostles, and all the men. It wasn't just the 12 either. I think Yahushua had over 82. And he gave them the same thing. But he had the primary ones were the 12, man. And that includes Mattathias, who replaced Judas. But read it again.
St. John 17 and verse 8 says, for I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me, and they have received them, and have known surely that I came out of thee. And they have believed that thou didst send me.
We believe that Yahweh sent Yahushua, the Messiah.
That's right.
Who came out of our people. He wasn't a Edomite. He wasn't a Hamite. He wasn't an Ishmaelite. He wasn't a Moabite, an Ammonite, a Japhite. He was an Israelite from the tribe of Judah, of whom Moses spake nothing concerning the priesthood, but yet he was our high priest.
That's right.
We believe that Yahweh sent his only begotten son, Yahushua, through the loins of David to come up out of his people to do what was written of him. Go ahead.
I pray for them, I pray not for the world.
Look up that word world there in the Hebrew. I mean in the incliner notes. Does that word say cosmos, right?
Yep.
Yep. And that don't pertain. That word cosmos pertain to what? Look it up. It should say it in there. Cosmos. You see
Cosmos.
it, right?
It says an appointed or harmonious arrangement or constitution,
Order of government.
which is what? The world of the Israelites, man. It's a specific group of people. So he prays not just for, he prays not for the entire nation of Israel, you know, but for the elect, man. Because why? The only ones that are gonna believe
In Yahweh Hashem Yahushua wholeheartedly is going to be the elect, man. And
those are
No, we gotta probably another.
those are the ones that are gonna follow after the Lamb, whithersoever he goeth, man. You know, they're not gonna be in the spirit of loving this world and following after this world and staying here, man.
Shalom.
You know, that's why the scriptures say not to
love this world, man, because like we were even going into before we got into this topic, this world is corrupted, man. So how can you love a place that's full of iniquity and wickedness, man?
Yeah, you can't. You can't.
And follow the Lord at the same time.
Yeah, that's impossible. That's impossible, man. But see, Nate and these other false camp, like IUIC, well, IUIC is Nate's people, ISUPK, GOCC, you name it. They want you to love this world and the things that's in it, and then claim that you love the Lord. You can't do that. You can't love two masters at the same time. You can't worship two masters at the same time. Either you're going to love one and hate the other, or hate the other and love the other.
That's right.
You can't worship two masters at the same time. It's impossible. Why would I love this place? I'm in complete oppression. Everywhere I turn, 360. I was born behind enemy lines. I was not born in my own. I wasn't born in my native land. I wasn't even born knowing who I was. Why the fuck would I love this world, man?
Right.
This world is hell bent on destroying me. And not only me, but my people, my fellow brethren.
Right.
They would rather see me effeminized, weak, okay, blind to the spirit of Yahweh. They would rather that than to see me stand on my 2 feet praising Yahweh Shai in a masculine spirit.
That's right.
They would hate that. You got it, brother.
It says, I pray for them, I pray not for the world,
But for
them which thou hast given me, for they are thine.
Yeah.
And all thine, and all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and
I am glorified in them.
That's right.
That's right, man.
Finishing off 1 John 2 and verse 16.
Well, I'll read 15 again. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but of the world.
That's right. And that's all it is. And that's what they is bringing. They're bringing the pride of life.
That's right.
You know, all of this shit. What is this? Who the fuck would, man, I spent 15 years in the so-called white man's military. And it's documented, bro. Why the fuck would I want to come out of that shit and still do this shit? You bug the fuck out? Got niggas marching, you know what I'm saying? Left, right, in the civilian world, and you get nothing in there. So you die on the front lines of that shit. Your family ain't getting shit.
That's right.
Ain't no honor in none of that shit. You ain't gonna get no Israelite burial. They ain't gonna come through and give your mother and your father or your widow or your children. He's not gonna give them a lifelong subsistence. He's not gonna give them payments for that shit. You ain't gonna get no Israelite United in Christ veterans benefits, man. The only one's gonna benefit is Nate. The only one's gonna benefit is Nate and his top goons, man.
That's right.
And them niggas gonna be fighting for that shit, man. Your mother, your father, your sister, talking about your mother, your home is on your left. Where did you leave? Where the fuck did you leave? And those are nothing but military rejects, man. Niggas that couldn't follow order if they tried, man. If they had 5 signs to do it, man. We don't love this world. This world's gonna be destroyed. And we seek a continuing city. This place ain't ours, man. This Esau's world, man. That's why he's thriving. That's why he got the best of it. That's why he got the best portions of it, man. That's why he's on high and you're on low. You think he respected that 1,000 purple march? No. 1,000 purple man march, he didn't respect that shit. And then nigga got another march coming up soon. But all y'all niggas is doing is marching. We just marching through the world. Because I think one dude asked him, "What is your plan to recruit people?" He said, "Yeah." In so many words, he said, "Yeah." We're not here to recruit nobody. We're here to tell you the words of Yahweh Shai. We're here to warn you of the wrath of Yahweh Shai. Unless you repent, you will die.
That's right.
The vast majority of our people don't want to die. But they live a life they live in such a way that foments nothing but death. And marching ain't gonna get you out of it. Paying somebody FRNs ain't gonna get you out of it. You better fear Yahweh Shai and repent.
That's right.
And hope like hell that you ain't gonna die here, man.
I want to read 17. In John 2 and 17 it
It says, and the world passeth away,
and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the heavenly Father abideth forever. You see? You're supposed to be doing the will of the heavenly Father in order to obtain salvation, man. Not doing the will of the world or the will of a pastor, because that's all they're doing, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, recruiting people, doing this march to do what? To, you know, it's like a gimmick to get people into what? Joining and buying all this
That's all
shit
it is. And that's all it
making
is.
their leaders rich, man.
That's all that shit is, man. is a fucking gimmick. And the simple believes every word, man.
That's right.
And that shit costs money, man. But for real. Hey,
Hell yeah.
the apostles and elders, they're not doing that to us, man. Hey, you brothers can make your garment, man. Shit. And come out here and it ain't gotta be the same color. It ain't gotta be the same style. You know?
Oh, you gotta buy the 2023
Garment.
You gotta get that
To be in
2023
this March.
Passover kit. Yeah. Because guaranteed, if a Jake was poor, not having no real money like that or whatever, he couldn't afford it, man. You kick him out, man. You show up to 2020, 2023 Passover with 2022's Passover garments, man. Oh no, brother, you gotta get out of here, man. They're gonna turn you away, you and your family. Oh, you didn't pay tithes all year long. We don't care what happened to your family. You can't come to the Passover. Where's that in the scriptures, man? Where the fuck is that in the scriptures, man? Nowhere to be found, man. But this is what Nate and them doing. You know? Walking around trying to be the new nation of Islam. Now, instead of the nation of Islam, you the nation of IUIC.
That's right.
And niggas worshiping Nate like they did Elijah Poole, a.k.a. Elijah Muhammad.
Well,
And when Nate dropped the fuck dead, which he will, at least he repent. Yes, it's gonna be another one of you young charismatic niggas following his place or fighting after it. And you're gonna be a shell of what you used to.
that's right.
You know? They got that nigga, that big, I hate this nigga, man. I ain't never met this nigga in the world in my life, man, but
Oh,
I
I
seen
think I
the
know
nigga,
who you're
the big nigga with the glasses,
Oh,
the
yeah,
light-skinned
yeah,
nigga, IBL. Fuck you, nigga. I tell that to your big fat fucking head, nigga, to your face, nigga. You ain't right, nigga. Yahweh Shah gonna kill you, nigga.
That's right.
You fake Malcolm X wanting to be nigga. Yahweh Shah gonna kill you, nigga. And any other you niggas in there that don't want to repent, get the fuck out of that shit, man.
That's right, man.
IUIC was in my neighborhood last night preaching. I get that to them. IUIC Hawaii, they be out there, man. They out there. I don't know about weekly, but I see them yesterday. I heard them yesterday at the bus stop
With the microphone.
with the
and shit.
microphone at the fucking bus stop. How many Jakes woke up over there in Waihewood, man? I get not many.
This is that precept we asked you for Hebrews 13 and verse 14. It says, "For here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come."
Yeah, so we don't love this world, man. We do not love this world. It was 120 minutes or 2 hours, right? We don't love this world, man. We seek a continuing city to come. What is it saying in NLT?
It says, "For this world is not our permanent home."
Oh, this world is not our permanent home, man. So why the hell would I love this world and tell somebody they should too, man? You
That's
going
right.
off, man. You read that again, man.
Hebrews 13 and 14 in the NOT, it says, "For
This world is not our permanent home.
For this world is not our permanent home. Uh-huh.
We are looking forward to a home yet to come."
We are looking forward to a home or world yet to come.
that's right.
We're looking for a world of righteousness. A world that's ran and operated on righteousness, complete righteousness, man. With a righteous king, Yahweh Shah, King David. With a righteous government, the 144,000.
That's right.
With a righteous power, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Because that's what this world needs, man. That was it?
Yeah, I just wanted to get there.
Yeah.
Second Peter's
2 and verse,
2 Peter's 3 and verse 13, it says, "Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth."
wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Read it in the NLT.
It says, "But we are looking forward to the new heavens and new earth."
He has promised
And that's
a world filled with God's righteousness.
a world filled with God's righteousness, man.
That's right.
That's what we're looking for, man. Not this place, man.
Yeah.
We don't love this place, man. This place don't love us, and neither do we love it. But we looking for a world of righteousness. Can you read that again?
2 Peter 3:13 in the NLT, it says, but we are looking forward to the new heavens and the new earth he has promised, a world filled with God's righteousness.
Yeah, because this world ain't filled with Yahweh Bashar Shah's righteousness, man. It's filled with wickedness. It's Satan's wickedness, man.
That's right.
Okay? Close out.
Hey, so with that, Akim, we hope camp was edifying. Again, all praises, honor, and glory going to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace salutation to all you Akim out there pushing and defending this gospel throughout the four corners of the earth,
as well as to the hopeful elect. Hey, shalom.
Shalom. Until next week. Lord willing.